Rani Yosubai. So in the last lecture, we have learned for the administration, Sambhaji Maharaj took the help of the Maharani Yosubai. Even the Sambhaji Maharaj also gave his royal seal. Royal seal. What is the royal seal? I have explained you in the last lecture. Okay. So what happened when the Sambhaji Maharaj caught at a Sangameshwar? In that day, on the same date or after some days, the Aurangzeb attacked on Rajgarh. Attacked on Rajgarh. Okay, Rajmudragarh attacked on Rajgarh. So what happened after attacking there? So that there was Yesubai was there, Shahu Maharaj was there. Shahu Maharaj was son of the Sambhaji Maharaj. Then the Rajaram Maharaj, then the Maharani Tarabai, all were in one fort. So that the decision is taken by the Maharani Yesubai. If the Mahara, because after the death of the Sambhaji Maharaj, Rajaram Maharaj was the Chhatrapati. If the Chhatrapati was caught by the Mughals, then who will take care of this? Who will take care of this Swaraj? So the sacrifice is done by the Maharani Yasubai, because if the Rajaram Maharaj was caught, then there is no one to take care of the Swaraj. And at that time, the Shahu Maharaj was so small. Even the son of the Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj was also so small. So what the Maharani Yasubai has done, that she take the decision that instead of her and the Shahu Maharaj, instead of her and the Shahu, she escaped the Rajaram Maharaj and Maharani Tarabai. She allowed only to them, and along they escaped from the Rajgarh. They escaped from the Raigad with along with some trustful trustful people. They went to the Jinji. All they went to the Jinji, and the Maharani Yasubai, they were on the Rajgarh. They were on the Rajgarh. So what the enemies were thinking, that they now Shahu Maharaj and all the family members are on Rajgarh, are on the Raigad. So that the best decision is taken by the Yesubai. So from this we come to know that it is a shiny example. Which one? The shiny example of her love, Yesubai's love towards the Swaraj. Even she didn't think about her own life and even her own son also. She thinks only and only about the Swaraj. Okay, students, I guess the idea get clear about it. So now here I will. Okay, so this is a picture of the Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj. So that we have learned it about. So we have learned it about that the Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj escaped from the Rajgarh, from the Raigad fort, which is associate at Jinji. And in a last lecture, I have taught you that Jinji fort were to where to get the Jet Jinji fort. It's not an easy task for the Mughals, that we have learned about. Okay, that in a last lecture. So that Rajaram Maharaj has decided that they will stay at Jinji fort. And even the faithful Sardar, who were that faithful Sardars along with the Rajaram Maharaj, that the Prahlad Nirji, Khando Balal, Rupaji Bosle, and along with the other Sardars. Okay, and there was a different strategy were accepted by the Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj. So what are that we are going to learn it, because what happened, while sitting at the Jinji fort, Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj, he also fought against the Mughals, because it was very difficult to defend the Raigad fort against the Mughals. So that I have explained you that the Mughals captured the Raigad at November 1689. When they captured the Raigad, November 1689, and Maharani Yasubai and the Shahu get also arrested. Then, while going Jinji, Rajaram Maharaj, they assigns duty to fight against the Mughals to Ramachandra Matya, Shankarji Narayan Sachiv, Taji Ghorpade and the Dhanaji Yadav, because while going from Raigad to Jinji, it is very necessary. It is very necessary to give some kind of the responsibility in the hands of the one faithful Sardar. That faithful Sardars are the Ramachandra Amatya, Shankarji Narayan Sachiv, even Santaji Ghorpade and the Dhanaji Jadhav. And even the Maratha point of view, the situation was so critical. Why so it was so critical? Because the Maharani, the wife of the Sambhaji Maharaj, they are in the campaign of the Mughals, and even the son of them is also Mughal. So it was so critical. So that the Aurangzeb, they entice many Sardar means they started to influence the Mughals. The Mughals or the Aurangzeb started to influence the Maratha Sardars by giving Vatans and Jagirs. By that, by Vatans and Jagirs means they started to give some kind of the बोलते हैं ना एक तरफ से रिश्वत देना. They started to give such kind of them. Okay, but then the same technique get used by the Raja Ram Maharaj also. So what was that technique? That if any Sardar get captured a area of the Mughal, if an area of the Mughal, that area is given to that Maratha Sardar. Only that area having the control of the Marathas, but all that Vatans and Jagirs were taken to that Maratha Sardar. Same plan. So it was promised if a Maratha Sardar captured a Mughal territory, it will be given him as a Jagir. So due to this promise, all the Maratha Sardar, they came forward and started to capture the Mughal territory. Why? Because if they captured the Mughal territory, definitely that area will be given as is in the form of the Vatans and Jagirs to that Maratha Sardar. Okay. So that the who was ahead in that Maratha Sardar, that the Santaji and the Dhanaji. These are the great Maratha Sardar. They are the ahead. They are so ahead. Who are that? Santaji and Dhanaji, and even they surprise attack, the guerrilla technique. They use the guerrilla technique because the Maratha doesn't have the huge amount of the war material, and even the Maratha doesn't have the heavy artillery, but they have the guerrilla technique. Guerrilla technique means by hiding, they are attacking on the Mughals. So that the on the one occasion, Santaji and the Santaji Ghorpade and the Vithoji Chavan, they even cut and carried away the golden pinnacle of the emperor's own tent. Means even they attacked. Who? Santaji Ghorpade and Vithoji Chavan. They attacked on the emperor's tent, and even they attacked the golden pinnacle. Means we cannot say that how they so passionately, so aggressively at the attacking on the Mughals. Then the next topic is the siege of the Jinji. Okay, so student, this is a fort of the Jinji. So once the Raigad, that once the Raigad get captured, the emperor sent Zulfikar Khan at the campaign of Zinji. And even this fort, Maratha defended so bravely. And even the Mughals never ever, they fought to capture the Jinji fort for nearly 8 years. Means for the 8 years, the Marathas and the Mughals, they were fighting to capture this fort. The picture I am showing you, this is a picture of the Jinji fort. They even this fort is situated in the south part of the India, nearby Karnataka. Okay, so they fought for 8 years. So that Raja and even the Mughal forces, they engaged the siege of, they fearlessly attacked from outside. Who were attacking so fearlessly? Santaji and Dhanaji. Santaji and Dhanaji. Even the Rajaram Maharaj, they escaped from Jinji. And even the Rajaram escaped from the Jinji and they returned to the Maharashtra. Then the Zulfikar Khan captured the Jinji fort. See, the Zulfikar Khan take 8 years to capture this fort. And while when the Rajaram Maharaj returned to Maharashtra, they they motivate the Maratha activity, and even that simultaneously the Maratha attacked the Mughal territories of Khandesh, Warhad, Baglam, and even the Rajaram Maharaj inspired hundreds of brave Maratha warriors like Santaji, Dhanaji, and their understanding nature and the statesmanship. See, take the example of yours only. I just wanted to take the example of the 7C. I was the class teacher of that class. So, as even so that the what the Rajaram Maharaj is doing, that the Rajaram Maharaj always boost the Maratha Sardar, boost the Maratha Sardar just like the Santaji and the Dhanaji, because they fearlessly fought. Fearlessly they fought against the Mughal Empire. So with the help of that boosting and the motivating, all the Maratha people started to do anything. Anything means anything for the expansion of the Maratha Empire. Again, I just wanted to tell you about the Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj. Rajaram Maharaj was so thoughtful. He was so thoughtful and kind-hearted. He tried to bring all the people, capable people in the Maratha Empire, and even he united them and he had created enthusiasm amongst them. Enthusiasm means he started to motivate the people. And after the death of the Sambhaji Maharaj, he fought against the Aurangzeb for 11 years. For how many years he was fighting against the Aurangzeb? 11 years with a great courage. And even the Rajaram Maharaj got the greatest achievement to protect the Swaraj. To protect the Swaraj. Then Swaraj in the extremely, because the Rajaram Maharaj kept the Swaraj in a very powerful, at what time? That time that Swaraj was so in difficult time. Then while the description of Rajaram Maharaj, the historian Riya Satkar, G.S. Sardesai has used adjective sthira buddhi. Adjective means he used the quality that the Rajaram Maharaj has the sthir buddhi. He was not so aggressive because a chid decision they were not taking. Means they never ever shouted on the people. Okay, and he has the sthir buddhi, and he cannot describe the Rajaram Maharaj cannot describe better than this words, because if you are in a very critical condition and if you are in a sthira buddhi, if you have a level headed, you are not so aggressive, so definitely you will take a proper decision. Then you will take a proper decision. Again, I will explain you. So that Maharani Tarabai, that you know very well that Maharani Tarabai was a wife of the Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj. Then the Aurangzeb, he thought that after the death of the Rajaram Maharaj, there were no one to take care of the Swaraj. So he easily won the war against the Maratha. But that was not so possible, because it was Aurangzeb was winning a battle, but he could not win the war because Maharani Tarabai, she was the capable wife of the Rajaram Maharaj, and he make the leadership. She make the leadership of the Swaraj movement in extremely unfavorable circumstances. Okay, now the contemporary, the great historian Kafi Khan. Kafi Khan described Maharani Tarabai that she was so intelligent and knowledgeable woman. Who she was intelligent and knowledgeable woman, and her management of the army and administration. Even he managed the administration of Swaraj so nicely and so courageously after the death of the Rajaram Maharaj. And even Maharani Tarabai continued the Swaraj struggle bravely with the help of its faithful Sardar. And Aurangzeb captured Satara and Panara from the Maratha territory. Who? Maharani Aurangzeb captured the Satara and Panara. But simultaneously, the Maratha captured the Mughal territory of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. See, Aurangzeb captured Satara and Panara so that the Maharani Taib never discouraged her Sardar. So what he gave, that she encouraged the Maratha Sardar, if they are capturing our Panara and Satara, we will capture their area at Madhya Pradesh and the Gujarat. Okay, then the Tarabai expanded the war areas ahead. The Sardar like Krishnaji Sawant, Khande Rao Dabade, Dhanaji Jadhav, Nemaji Shinde, they open the battle against the Mughal. And on various, not only in Maharashtra, they fought against the Marathas, they fought against the outside of Maharashtra. Even they wanted to expand the Maratha Empire all over the India. So this was a sign that that change in the outcome of the war. Okay, dear. Now the Maharani Tarabai fought for 7 years. How many? For 7 years. And even she kept the Maratha kingdom so strong. So definitely, because there were no Chhatrapati, so all the decision, all the responsibilities, it is in the hands of the Maharani Tarabai. But she never lose her hope. She fought against them, and she kept the Maratha kingdom so strong. Even she took a charge of the administration single-handedly. She never took the help of anyone. She handled all the administration single-handedly. Okay, and encourage the Sardar, because if you wanted to do any work with the people, there is only one way, that you should do the encouragement of that people. If you will encourage, then only they are going to do the work. So that she always encourage her Sardar to participate the mission of this Swaraj. Even the Maratha Sardar fought against the Mughals so fearlessly. They see, and how they expanded their empire up to Sironje, Mandsaur and Malwa. And Kafi Khan recorded the Rajaram Swai Tarabai achieved great things and displayed qualities of leadership of the army. And even the Khalfi Khan, he explained this in a very poetic way. And even Tarabai's great achievement described by the Devadatta, poet Devadatta, and that achievement he is written that Tarabai Ramarani Bhadrakali Kopali Dilli Zali Dinavani Dilli Shichi Gele Pani रामराणी भद्रकाली रणरंगी क्रुद्ध झाली प्रयत्नांची वेळ आली मुघल हो सांभाळा. So such kind of the poem is written by the Devadatta, a great poem. So what is written? with this poem that Tarabai when came, that he just just he performed just like a Bhadrakali or Kalima. So because of that, that the root of the Delhi gets shaped, and the Mughal has to, even the Mughal has to think about it to fought against the Tarabai. And even Maharani Tarabai, she used the guerrilla technique so effectively. And the Marathas comparatively, that as I told you, they were so weaker in front of the Aurangzeb army. So that Aurangzeb used army to capture the fort of the Marathas. And Maratha fought so long with the Mughals, but the rainy season, it won't be possible to fought with them. So what happened? So that a bribe was accepted, Aurangzeb, and the fort was handed over them. A Kilekdar used to deposit this bribe amount in the Mughal treasury. When the Aurangzeb repleted the wealth, grains, ammunition on the fort, Tarabai used to capture them. So this is called the safe deposit locker system. So in bank, what we are doing, we are saving our money, and later on, when if there is a use, if there is a use of any circumstances, we use that money. Same thing, same thing, same thing is used by the Maharani Tarabai also. That system is the safe locker deposit system. So what happened is in that that arms and ammunition of the Mughal Empire was so strong, and as comparatively Maratha having so less. So they, except rainy season, they fought so fearlessly. They fought so fearlessly with the Mughals, but when the rainy season comes, it is not possible. So what we are doing, the Mughals, the Marathas were they make the meetings with the Mughals, that during the rainy season they give that fort in the hands of the Mughals. But for that reason, while giving fort in that hand, the Mughals supposed to give some amount of money, some amount in that, so that what the Maratha peoples are doing, they're keeping that money in the Maratha treasure. When the rainy season gets over, Maharani Tarabai influence the Sardar, motivate the Sardar to capture that fort against. When the Maharani Tarabai captured that fort against, when on that fort arms and ammunitions are there, and proper food facility get preserved by the Maratha, get preserved by the Mughals. If all the facility it is on the fort, then that fort get captured by the Maharani Tarabai. So that system is known as the safe deposit locker system. That system is known as the, okay. So that again, that Maharani Tarabai kept this legacy of valor. So how the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj fought against the Mughals. Same things carry forward by the Sambhaji Maharaj. Then later on the Rajaram Maharaj. And the same work is carried forward by the Maharani Tarabai. And now the Aurangzeb gets so frustrated because the Maratha and Mughal fight had continued for 25 years. For 25 years, the Mughals get fighting with the Marathas, and still Mughals could not defeat the Marathas. In these circumstances, while capturing that, Aurangzeb wanted to capture the Maratha Empire, but that dream gets not fulfilled by the Aurangzeb, and Aurangzeb died at 1707. When he died, 1707, at Ahmednagar, and the Maratha War of Independence get ended with his death, because the Marathas has a great challenge of only Mughals, and after the death of the Aurangzeb, there were no capable king in the Mughals to fought against the Marathas, and we that War of Independence get dead. The Marathas War of Independence was fight in between the Mughals emperor with a greed, to expand his empire, but the spirit of independence of Marathas, the Marathas emerged. Then later on, these Maratha against emerge in the Mughals, not emerge in the Mughals. The Mughals take the help of the Maratha to fought against the foreign attackers. So that is to why the British, no, sorry, Britishers, why the Mughals take the help of the Marathas to fought against the people. This one we are going to we are going to learn in the next lesson. Even the Marathas get emerged, the victorious in it, even after the death of the Aurangzeb, there were no capable Sardar. So that the control of the Delhi zone, it was so easy task for the Marathas, so that they control the throne of Delhi, ran affairs almost all the parts of the Hindustan and tried to protect it. So therefore, the 18th century, which century? 18th century is known as the century of Maratha in the Indian history. In Indian history, 18th century is known as the century of Maratha. Okay, students. So here, if we, while learning the Maratha, even while learning the Maratha struggles during the time of the Maharani Tarabai, we come to know that the women were strong at the time of the ancient period of history also, and even in the medieval period of history also. Only we need a proper guidance. We need a proper guidance, because why the Maharani Yasubai and the Maharani Tarabai, they got the great valor, because they got a proper motivation from their houses. So in the same way, we have to show such, even all the women has to show the such kind of the valor, such kind of the great achievement in their life.